Let's talk about accountability and openness within law enforcement. A former police officer, now University of Missouri St. Louis Assistant Professor of Criminology, David Klinger. Professor, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So, you have studied hundreds upon hundreds of officer-involved shootings. You're very familiar with the process involved in these shooting investigations. So the question is, is the impatience among community members and these protesters for that transparency, for that officer to be named, or is there a process of investigation that just needs to be respected?
It's really both. In terms of transparency, typically a police shooting will generate some interest immediately, and then within a few hours, few days, it'll sort of tail off. And so there's really no need to roll out information about the investigation until the investigation is concluded, and then the findings can be released. In a situation like this, however, it makes a lot of sense to me to go ahead and put out some information so that the public has a sense of what's going on. So, for example, how many shots did the officer fire? By now, the police department knows that. They've known that for a few days. There's no problem with going ahead and putting out that information. I understand that there's some concern about information getting out, but that's the type of thing that I don't understand why there would be a problem with that. Another thing is simply explain to people what the process of the investigation is. We've got to work up the crime scene, we've got to process the ballistics, we've got to interview witnesses, explain the timeline that we think we have in terms of identifying witnesses, getting their statements. In terms of identifying the officer, I'm a fan of identifying officers generally, however, only after a threat assessment has been done. Because oftentimes when police officers shoot people, they're shooting a gang member, they're shooting someone with a criminal history who has associates that might harm the officer. So do a threat assessment, make sure that there's no threats forthcoming, then let the officer's name be publicized.
But
in this case, however, because of the vitriol directed at... I'm sorry, go ahead, ma'am.
No, go ahead. Vitriol directed at police?
Yeah, in this case, the vitriol directed at the police and particularly at this officer. There have been threats against his life and apparently family members. And so I think that when someone says, I'm going to kill this guy, you take that threat seriously and you don't identify him. Make sure that his safety is secured. Once that is done, go ahead and identify him.
I understand that, and that makes perfect sense. But the but here is the fact that you have the wrong police officer's information being identified. At least this is according to the police chief. Hearing the mayor earlier today, there are names, phone numbers, addresses, family members being spray painted on public buildings, death threats to those people as well. So wouldn't that be yet another reason to release this information to the public, to quell the violence?
I disagree, Brooke, because that's essentially blackmail. So what that does is that sets a precedence that any time that a bunch of thugs want to get information after they've made death threats, they're going to start randomly naming people and randomly making threats to force out the information so they can target the officer before he or she is safe. And I don't, mob violence and mob threat is something we need to step away from. I understand the concern in the community. I understand why they want to know this officer's name. When it is safe to do so, name him.
Yeah. What about, you say, Professor, that once the autopsy is complete and that information is brought to the public, that will also answer a lot of questions about what happened?
I believe so. We'll be able to know how many bullets struck Mr. Brown. We'll be able to know the bullet paths. We'll be able to know the locations of his body, where he was struck. That might tell us about his body posture. It might tell us the distance between Mr. Brown and the officer when he was shot. And so that's going to be a vital piece of information. And that's a key part of the investigation. And we have to wait for that before we can start talking about a lot of things that need to be cleared up. But we have to get that autopsy done.